Let's talk about Michael, the newest biography film directed by Antoine Faqua.
Magic.
That's right, everybody. So I just got back from an early screening of the movie Michael. Before I talk about my initial thoughts, be sure if you're new to the channel, hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel as it feels free to do so. This one, I have been looking forward to this one for quite some time last year. This was one of my honorable mentions, my most anticipated films. So this is the one I was really looking forward because I also love the music from Michael Jackson. I've been listening to a few of them and ones recently before this movie came out. And this one gives me a little buzz, excitement to seeing this movie. So I got to see this early. Got me a little particularly curious to see. And yes, before I even talk about my thoughts, like I said, this movie is getting very bashed from Rotten Tomatoes. It is currently at 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I will say there is obviously the major course weakness that I will explain. But I'm not going to say I loved it as I would think people would love, which it's their own side. I kind of liked it a lot more for what it is, and I really seem to have a great time watching this movie. It feels like you're watching the biography, and look, this is the biography of Michael Jackson, but don't get this the right way if you thought this is going to be a biopic, biography, storytelling. You're not going to get much out of that, but I will say if you love the Michael Jackson music and if you're a huge fan back in the day, you will adore this movie a lot more. I do want to start off with the positives because I do want to get this out of my chest for the simple fact people want to know if this is really a good movie. But again, it's not really the great movie, but I say it's pretty good if you're, like I said, if you're Michael Jackson or you love his music. But to start with the positive, I think this film does a great job bringing the energy and sensational feel of Michael Jackson back when he was doing his own music and everything. So to bring this movie does bring a lot of that more than you think. There's a lot of music and notes in this movie that you're going to pretty much be chugging along and enjoying the music pretty much. So you're not get to hear every Michael Jackson songs, but you're get to hear the ones that were like iconic back then. So I thought the film did a great job. There's even certain ones that I really loved. I'm a huge fan. And there's certain ones I never noticed by Michael Jackson himself, but there's some really, really good ones I love. I mean, Beat It, Thriller, which I never thought this song was by him, but my favorite one that gave me insane goosebumps I loved is Billie Jean's. Oh my God. I could not recommend this song enough. It's actually one of my favorite songs of his. So that's a key point there. I would say the songs and the note and the choreography music performance, which I'll talk about, is incredible. It was fun to watch and it was brilliant. And now goes to the cast performance. Jafar Jackson debuts his first film in his career. He plays the Michael Jackson himself. Even there's a kid version too, kid portrayal too. I thought he also did a great job, but Jafar Jackson, he put the rawest energy into this role, and this is again his first film debut. I thought he was excellent and deserves a lot of flowers. He's just amazing to watch. I thought he really put up a very good show, from the dances to the musical notes to almost out of his own body. He did an amazing job. Same goes to the cast of this movie. I do enjoy Coleman Domingo, who also plays Jackson's father, who seems to be really demeaning and gives a little kind of, I didn't expect this film, his character to be just a bit villainy, but I thought he put up another good raw energy. And also, you can never tell if it's Coleman Domingo through makeup, but it really is. So I thought his display on screen was very great. So those are all the positives I have to say about Michael. I think it's a really cool watch. Again, if you're pretty much a Michael Jackson lover or loving his musics. And now the core negatives of this movie, I do really agree from what people are talking about. And I'm not saying I fully agree with the critics, the way they're being harsh, but I can really relate to what I just seen. So, like I said, this is a full-on musical montage movie of his biography film. So the problem is, it's very grounded, low-leveled surface where you're not going to get much substance out of insights of Michael Jackson's life outside of his music. There hasn't been a single insight to where what he does outside his musical career. So, and I get why they were going with this direction. Even they were gonna do the allegations that were gonna film that part, but they decided to cut it and not do so. They went towards more friendly, general public, appropriate for all ages. So I really get that a lot. So it could have been a little something than not showing the allegations, but it could have been a little more insight about Michael Jackson. So that's the kind of flaw you will pretty much find. It does favor, like I said, the music montage vibe you're going to get out of this movie a lot. So that drags down a very much plot and like narrative. But I will say the characters were decent and the pacing was all right. I didn't have any issue. So that's what I got to pretty much say about the negatives of Michael. Those are not very bad flaws, but they are. If you're looking for a full-on biography storytelling, you're gonna be pretty much very, very disappointed. So overall, I don't love it, but I really liked it a lot for what I thought it was going to be. I do really enjoyed Michael for what it is. The only best things you can get out of this, like I said, if you love Michael Jackson, you will love the music, the performances from Jafar Jackson, who was completely sensational, and the ghost rest of the cast. I thought they were excellent. And before I forgot about Miles Teller. He was also very good as well. There's nothing a lot to talk about in terms of the whole structure. It does feel lacking, and I do understand, like I said, what they're going with. So I know a lot of people and many critics were disappointed as big time. But like I said, I'd say if you're just love Michael Jackson, you'll pretty much love this movie. And I don't really had any expectations. I think I really liked it at the end of the day. So I had a great time with the music, and it just feels sensational to watch Michael Jackson grow to be one of those iconic sensationals he has ever put out up to this day today. Michael gets a solid 7 out of 10 and 3.5 stars. If you enjoy this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you have seen Michael, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. I'm out.